Welcome to Face the State. I'm Ariana Bennett. Thank you for being with us. Well, my first guest today has been president of Truckee Meadows Community College since 2008, but just announced she's retiring and pursuing the next stage of her life, volunteering in Central America. Dr. Maria Sheehan is here now to tell us all about that. Dr. Sheehan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Good to be here.
Now, you have been at TMCC now for 7.5 years, you said.
Yes.
How has that experience been for you?
It's been joyful. It really has. This is my third presidency, so it's my 20th year as a community college president, and I have to say it has been joyful. The faculty there are extraordinary, wonderful, strong administrative team, and a great community supporting us, so I have loved it.
It's a really, really big organization, too. Has that brought unique challenges?
You know, it is not as large as my first institution that had 17,000 students, and about the same size as my second institution, where we had 5 sites, and we have 5 sites, 5 different sites where we serve the community at Truckee Meadows Community College. And so it's very similar to my last presidency in Southern California. And the challenge of serving the different sites is really about what community colleges do. We take you where you are and we serve you. So you can come in the door at any access point, highly prepared in a health science field, or totally unprepared, not understanding how to speak English. You would go to one of our sites that deals with developmental issues and English as a second language, or you can go to our new Pennington Health Science Center, and that center will focus on veterinary technology and on nursing programs and all health science programs. We have to be very, very well prepared to go into any of those programs, very, very competitive. Oh, radiology technology is the newest program to join. Now,
based on when you started at TMCC, you've probably seen huge changes. I mean, weathering the recession and, now all these new industries coming into Nevada. What kind of changes have you seen?
Well, it's really been a journey. And so it seems like I came at a point where the first major budget cuts came, and then they kept coming and coming and coming. And I would say at the deepest part of the recession, we had a lot more students coming to us for training, and now our jobs are getting a little bit easier to find. But we're up in enrollment quite substantially this year, so we're happy about that. But what we saw was in our technical site, not that many, of course, in the building trade, so those areas of HVAC and some of our construction programs were suffering a little bit. Our technical programs were not as strong as they are today. Today, they are booming. Waiting lists for, of course, with the Tesla announcement. The day after the Tesla announcement was made, we had a waiting list of 400 for a program that was struggling, 2 weeks before.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, because TMCC has such a big role in supplying the workforce for Northern
Absolutely.
Nevada. That's something we're going to get to a little bit later in the show. Definitely, I'm excited to talk about that. But we'll focus on you for this portion. What would you view as the most exciting accomplishment you had during your tenure as president?
There's so many, but I guess as I'm looking down at my list, how do I pick out what is the most important? I think the relationship with the school district, the sooner that we make the connection in higher education to K-12, the better off we're going to be, the more prepared students we're going to have. So TMCC High School resides at the Dandini campus. We have 11th and 12th graders, and 3 years ago we added 10th graders. Those 10th graders will graduate with a diploma in one hand and a degree in the other. So then they will go on to UNR, and they will be in junior status. And so for that, I think I'm very proud of that. Now we're adding another phase to TMCC High School. That's our partnership with the Washoe County School District. This is going to be a technical pathway for 11th and 12th graders in our beautifully new renovated Edison site, our Applied Technology Center at Edison Way. And those students will be able to enter in the 11th grade and get a technical certification so they're work ready when they graduate. And all of them, 100% is the goal, all of them will graduate. They will get their diploma, but they'll also have their technical certification. This is an industry recognized certification. They'll be job ready.
Now, I know it's been an issue in the past with our K through 12 system, not necessarily graduating students who are ready for college or ready for career, and that's obviously a big goal in Washoe County. How far off do you think we are? I mean, are there still a lot of students coming into TMCC needing remediation?
Well, that's one of the roles of community college. We take you where you are. If you don't speak English, we've got a program for you, an ESL program. If your English skills are less than where they should be, we've got a program for you. So we really do, as an open access institution, have no real standards for entry other than having your GED or a high school diploma. You can enter at any level. So yes, we have our number of students needing remediation, but that's across the whole country.
Right. No worse necessarily here than in any of the other places you've worked?
Absolutely.
Okay. What about things still on the wish list? Do you still have a long list of things you want to accomplish?
What I like to be doing, what do I think needs to be done?
Yeah.
Well, certainly I'm really happy that we're finishing our Health Science Center, and that's going to be beautiful. And we're going to be having a ribbon cutting coming up in October, and then in November we should be opening the renovation of our technical center on Edison Way, 100,000 square feet that will help train workforce. So we're training the workforce for the jobs of the future and the jobs that are coming right now that are in our midst. And then we need another building that we have hopes for, and we have a lot of community support to date. And that will bring our performing arts to campus and link us with K-12 as we provide a pathway. This is what we're working on, a pathway for K-12 students to come to us with an immediate launch right into the university so that they're co-admitted at the same time that they come to TMCC. So we're working with the university on that and excited about working with the school district as well. So that's in the future, that's in the offing. And I hope that my successor will just kind of take that and run with it.
Okay, and with all this stuff going on, what finally made you make the decision to retire?
20 years is a long time to do a job that, you know, I really have a love for it, but we have only so many minutes on this planet, okay? And so my heart is going to someplace else where I'm still strong enough, healthy enough to do something else in life. And so this is an arduous task. Where I'm going, what I'm doing, that's not the easiest thing. It's not for the faint of heart, and I don't want to wait till I'm too old to do it.
Yeah, well, tell us about that. It is a pretty big change.
It is a big change. Now, we're not moving to Central America, and we've been asked about, well, when are you leaving, and you know, the moving vans have not arrived. No, we love Reno, and this is our home. But we want the freedom to go to Central America, and this is a very depressed area in the country of Panama, where my family is originally from. There's a very desperate kind of area of poverty, Colon, and there's an American couple that are raising money to open an orphanage for severely disabled children. Well, I started in special education working with hearing impaired. I have a master's degree in special education. So that's again where my heart is. And so I think I could help with especially hearing impaired children, and I'm hearing impaired myself, but I can help, and I know that disability very well. And I think this couple is doing an amazing job, and Reno Rotary, our downtown club, is raising over $100,000 to help this couple with a hydrotherapy room for the very disabled orphans there. This is a population they call los abandonados, those children that are going to be left to be warehoused or even worse, trafficked. And so this couple has devoted their life to giving up life in America and relocating to Colon, where they have adopted 2 disabled children, now have their own child also disabled, so they have 3 disabled children, but that they're making it their mission to make it better for children that have no hope. And so my Rotary Club is going down with me in December. Well, I end my term, a wonderful term, and I've loved every minute, and I thank the Board of Regents and the Chancellor for this opportunity to serve. And now I end this part of my journey, and we start the next journey in January 2016.
Yeah, well, good luck to you. That sounds like a very noble cause. Now, for the person who takes over your job, do you have any words of wisdom? What advice would you give?
Gee, I think you have to have great passion excitement and enthusiasm for the job. And the rest will come because everything you need to do a great job already exists.
Okay, pretty simple stuff. Anything you want to warn them about publicly on television?
I'm sorry?
Any warnings?
Any warnings?
Things to avoid.
Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey because it is very, very much of a worthwhile endeavor, and I have loved every minute of it. It's just time for the next step for me.
What about advice for students, things that you have learned from your time at TMCC?
To reach out for help. We have help everywhere, and our students have so many lifelines, and I would advise them, find a counselor advisor, stay with the same one, use a tutorial center. It is amazing. Once a student gets help from our tutorial center, they will never drown. It's that lifeline. And so that is my advice to students. Take your lifelines. Everyone's there to help you be very successful. Use those lifelines wisely.
Okay, Dr. Marishian, thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, coming up on Face the State, we will look ahead to the future of TMCC, new programs for students, and what the Board of Regents is looking for in a new president. That's right after the break.